You're the first person to ask how I am. That's very nice of you.
Hi, my name is Zafran from Pure Pixels. I'm from Malaysia.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
We're good. How are you?
I'm good. It's actually midnight here, but anyway, it's been a pleasure meeting you girls.
You're the first person to ask how I am. That's very nice of you.
Oh, by the way, I really love you in the after party, man.
Oh, thank you. I'm so proud. Without talking about what happened in the last episode, I'm very proud of that show. So excited. Thank you for watching it.
Okay, let's get on with the questions, shall we?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, my first question would be, how would you describe your feeling after the success of Sonic the First movie, despite being in the merge of the early COVID-19 pandemic?
Incredible excitement and enthusiasm. I love these characters, getting to tell another story, a much bigger story, make a much bigger movie, bring in these fan favorites like Tails and Knuckles, and of course, get to explore all the craziness of Dr. Robotnik with Jim Carrey. I mean, all of that. It just was so exciting and really just an incredible experience.
Yeah, I think we feel so lucky. A lot of people came up to me and said the last movie they saw in theaters was Sonic. Thinking about what's happened the past couple of years it's almost, you can't even imagine it at the time when Sonic came out. But the idea that this movie came out right before, and then hopefully while people are starting to come back to the theaters, we could bring some joy and bring the same type of energy for people to come back to theaters makes me feel very lucky to kind of bookend what this experience has been like. So the idea that we bring joy and light in this time makes me very, very happy.
Grateful. You know, I feel like when any movie gets made, it's a miracle, and especially one of this size. And then the fact that fans actually came out and watched it and supported it, and it was one of the last movies. Everybody that I meet, they're like, this was the last movie I saw in theaters. You know, it was like stuck in time, right? Because you see the posters still, and you're just like, whoa. You're just grateful for the support that you got, and you just know that you did something right, and the whole team, Jeff Fowler, the writers, Toby Asher, Neil Moritz, you know, and every single person who played a part in it felt right, and they did a great job, and gratefully were able to do a sequel.
The second question is, since the sequel was made during the COVID-19 pandemic, can you share with us what are the hardships in making of the sequel?
Really, everyone being very careful and listening to our support teams, our COVID protocol support teams, making sure that we kept each other safe, which was just so important. But also what was so wonderful was coming back together. A lot of these, the crew had worked on the first movie. They're very much family. So to get back together, to go back to work on another Sonic film with people that you really enjoy working with was incredible. And everyone loves these movies, loves making them. And I think that really sort of shines. And I think the audiences can feel that when they watch them. So so much love and care went into Sonic 2. And I think you're absolutely going to feel that when you watch it.
All right, can you describe Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in one word?
Epic.
One word, that's so limiting. I would say complex, fast.
Oh, complex.
Yeah, complex.
Fast, all right.
I feel like he contains multitudes. You can't just boil down someone like that into one word. It's hard.
How about you, Tika?
I think I would say funny. It's funny.
All right.
What can you share with us about the new villain, Knuckles?
Just that it's very authentic. I mean, we really went back to how Knuckles was originally introduced in the early 90s, and the fact that he was an adversary to Sonic. You know, they weren't partnered up, and that he was kind of manipulated by Dr. Robotnik into thinking that Sonic was his opponent, and that is such a cool dramatic concept, and so it just felt like, let's do that. Let's bring in a great actor like Idris Elba, who gave us such an amazing performance. He's just got there's such a strength to his voice that just was perfect for Knuckles, because Knuckles just represents that just kind of raw power. Seemed like the perfect storyline to build the sequel around.
Knuckles is an echidna warrior from the same planet that Sonic came from. But the whole fun thing that came from this is that it's fun to see Sonic fight someone from his homeworld, but at the same time, someone who's more powerful. So the idea that Sonic thinks that he can do everything by himself because he defeated Robotnik, but then a force comes along that's even stronger than him, and he realizes that you have to rely on friends. It's okay to ask for help and stuff like that. Has been like a really fun thing to play throughout the movie.
Well, I know it's probably not the point to talk about who's voicing Knuckles, but I mean, you have Idris Elba? Are you kidding me? I mean, what a treat. I've always wanted to share the screen with him.
Now you do.
And now I do, at least in the credits, we're together. But I think it's just so cool now it's not just Robotnik that Sonic is up against, he's got Knuckles as well. So to give him two foes, I think that's so exciting to see. When you have more problems, it brings out sort of like what you're made of, and we get to see what Sonic is made of.
Is there any changes or upgrades that has been made to cater younger audiences?
Oh, well, there's definitely, it's a much bigger movie. So the action is much bigger. There's just a bigger cast. Now we have Tails and Knuckles in the mix, but we're just able to do much more in terms of the scope, the spectacle, but also working really hard to make sure that we get the characters right, that Sonic has all that great heart and relatable emotion that we had in the first film. So, but no, just an amazing opportunity to make a really big sequel. And there's something for everyone, from families to hardcore fans. I think everyone's just going to have a great time.
Have you ever played Sonic games before?
Oh my goodness, I just beat Sonic Mania last week. I played 1 and 2 when I was a kid, rebeat 1 and 2 before my first press. Every time I do a press junket, I try to beat a Sonic game. So I rebeat 1 and 2 before Sonic 1, and then I just rebeat Mania last week.
All right, my last question. Which of these characters suited you most in real life? Sonic, Knuckles, or Tails? And tell us why.
I definitely think Sonic, only because very purposefully we wanted to design him as a relatable character, a kid who sort of begins sort of his story in the first film, feeling a little bit like an outsider, trying to find his place in the world. And then just in this sequel, continuing that character journey, sort of those questions you face as a teenager. What am I doing with my life? Who am I supposed to be? And I think that's all very relatable, very interesting concepts, and definitely stuff we were excited about exploring in the films. And yeah, it's just, I think there's a little bit of Sonic in everyone, and I think that's what makes him such a great character.
Oh, Tails. I'm afraid of confrontation, so I don't think I could be Knuckles ever. I don't want to deal with that. I'm always trying to make people happy as opposed to fighting people. And then Tails is that person that shows how much he loves things. I love comedy. I love video games. And I'm always that person that's trying to big up everybody else to kind of do those type of things. So I would definitely be a Tails as opposed to Knuckles. And also I can fly with my butt.
I think I'll say Tails. I feel like Tails is such a support system and such a earnest, loving, logical human who just wants friendship around, and he supports his friends and they become family. And I think also I love his brain, or her brain. And I don't know what to call Tails, but I love its brain and how it thinks. And yeah, I would say Tails.
I'd probably say Sonic, because I think that in real life, Sonic does things because he's well-meaning, but sometimes they don't always work out, so he kind of has to fix it. I think sometimes life can just sort of take your best laid plans and flip them upside down, and you gotta be ready to sort of come back humble and try to fix things. And so I kind of live in that space of just trying to do my best. And I think that's Sonic. He's constantly trying to do his best.
All right. It's been a great session. Thank you so much. Really looking forward for your next project, man.
That's so nice of you to watch that show. That means a lot to me.
All right. Thank you so much, man.
Sounds great. Nice meeting you.
See you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.